While corporate media spent Memorial Day polishing Joe Biden's participation medals, Donald J. Trump ran a weekend gauntlet that showcased everything the swamp hates: iron stamina, battlefield leadership, and an America First agenda that refuses to kneel. From the marble silence of Arlington to a engine-roaring gaggle in Morristown, Trump reminded this nation that the presidency is a bullhorn for truth, not a lullaby for elites. We're going to walk you through the moments one at a time, and you decide whether you want caretakers or a wartime CEO who bulldozes complacency and rebuilds empires. Now, here is the hard truth, though. Every 6 years, your dollar loses half its buying power. That means a $100,000 savings account today could feel like $50,000 by 2031. You see it every time you fill up your tank, you buy groceries or pay the bills. Prices are up, your dollar's down, but there is a simple way to protect the value of your savings with something that's real, something proven. I'm talking about gold, an asset that holds its value over time. That's why I trust Noble Gold Investments. They make it simple to protect your savings with physical gold or silver. No high-pressure sales, no call centers in India. Just honest guidance, one-on-one support, and transparent pricing. So head to nextnewsgold.com. You'll find a link right below this video to learn more. That's nextnewsgold.com. Just tap more, or you can call 877-646-5347. And when you talk to Colin, will you tell him that Gary Franchi sent you? Please do. Okay, now before I get into what happened with Donald Trump's just weekend, we had quite an experience at the White House on Sunday. Take a look at this. Here is the moment that Donald Trump exited Marine One. Now, we were actually waiting for hours and hours, and then we find out that his arrival was delayed by an additional hour. Now, we generally try to get to the White House about an hour ahead of time to give us enough time to stage. Last time we did this, he showed up an hour early. There's Trump. Everyone's wondering, what did he give? What happens here? Watch. Yeah. Look at that beautiful moment right there. Probably handing that Marine a challenge coin. There he is. Now there's a moment. So our camera caught this, and my camera guy is like, Gary, Trump literally just looked at my camera, looked at us. Watch. And he points right at our camera. Boom, right there. Look at that. Look at that moment. Beautiful. This is what we live for. I mean, Donald Trump recognizes the Next News Network. He knows who our people are, and he gives full props. Look, I think you got the nuclear football coming up. There it is. Boom. Nuclear football right there. I was just teaching my son about that. He loves military, planes and helicopters. And when I told him, he's like, football? He's like, what do you mean football? I had to explain it to him. It was quite adorable. But what's not adorable is what we just found out with respect to Mayor Brandon Johnson. This just in. A Memorial Day disgrace. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson shuns fallen American heroes, opting to celebrate Africa Day instead. A slap in the face to every patriot who died for our nation's freedom. This is what passes for leadership in Chicago.
And right here hello, I am Mayor Brandon Johnson, and I am proud to join you in recognizing and celebrating Africa Day. The continent of Africa is made up of 1.2 billion people with diverse countries full of rich traditions, cultures, and heritage.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go ahead and entertain what this guy did. Clearly a disgrace, snubbing every single soldier who's ever served with this Africa Day. Why? This is America. What's the need to recognize another nation on the day we recognize our greatest warriors in this country? No idea. But let's get into what happened here with Donald Trump, because he began by transferring raw confidence to 850 razor-straight cadets. No bureaucratic fog, just a thunderous pledge that their future commands the world's mightiest army. Let's go to that moment.
Every cadet on the field before me should savor this morning because this is a day that you will never, ever forget. In a few moments, you'll become graduates of the most elite and storied military academy in human history, and you will become officers in the greatest and most powerful army the world has ever known.
Beautiful moment right there. I mean, put that in contrast to what Mayor Brandon Johnson just did, right? Now, this is not motivational fluff. It's rocket fuel poured straight into the veins of America's next warrior class. And then we have this. President Trump, he welds those graduates onto a lineage of giants. Grant, Pershing, Eisenhower, Patton, making it clear that the baton they carry is heavy with blood-earned glory. Watch.
As you receive your commissions as second lieutenants, each of you continues down the same hallowed path walked by titans and legends of U.S. military lore, giants like Ulysses S. Grant, John Blackjack Pershing, Dwight David Eisenhower, the one and only Douglas MacArthur, old blood and guts George Patton, and Norman Schwarzkopf. All great. So many more. They and countless other patriots before you have walked out of these halls and straight into history, and today you officially join those immortal heroes in a proud ranks of the long gray line. You know that term, so beautiful, the long gray line.
A 2,000-pound measuring stick slammed onto the parade ground, daring every cadet to measure up. Now he broadens the canvas, Lexington to Fallujah, proving that freedom survives because patriots sprint towards cannon smoke, not away from microaggressions. Watch.
From Lexington to Yorktown, from Gettysburg to Sicily, and from Incheon to Fallujah, America has been won and saved by an unbroken chain of soldiers and patriots who ran to the sound of the guns, leapt into the maw of battle, and charged into the crucible of fire to seize the crown of victory, no matter the odds, no matter the cost, no matter the danger. All over the world, our soldiers have made sacred the ground where they shed their blood and showed their valor. From Seminary Ridge to San Juan Hill, Belleau Wood, Omaha Beach, Leyte Gulf, and Ardennes Forest, Chosin Reservoir, all over, and even a place called Pork Chop Hill. And in all of those battles and so many more, some of the best, brightest, and bravest have come from right here at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, one of the great fabled places anywhere in the world. America's Army has never failed us, and with leaders like the West Point class of 2025, the Army will never fail. We will never let you down.
A war drum reminder that liberty is a generational knife fight, and the next round just started. Ceremony over, scalpel out. Trump guts the Pentagon social engineering detour, declaring the military's lone job is to dominate and annihilate threats anywhere, anytime. Watch.
The job of the U.S. Armed Forces is not to host drag shows, to transform foreign cultures, but to spread democracy to everybody around the world at the point of a gun. The military's job is to dominate any foe and annihilate any threat to America, anywhere, anytime, and any place.
Mission clarity restored, enemies rattled, diversity czars suddenly short of oxygen. In Trump's Memorial Day's remarks take us deeper, listing battles from Bunker Hill to Bastion. Trump's orders us to lift liberty's torch high, high, high. A triple tap drilled into America's backbone. Roll tape.
From Bunker Hill to Bastion to Cantonese to Coral Sea, from Gettysburg to Guadalcanal, and Concord to Kabul. America's best and America's bravest have fought, bled, and died so that we could pick up the torch of liberty, raise it high, 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 and carry it onward to places they could never have dreamed of before.
3 highs, 1 mandate: elevate the flag or step aside for those who will. Now, leadership isn't just tanks and tariffs, it's honoring families who paid in full. And Trump vows their fallen heroes will never fade into bureaucratic oblivion. Listen.
For the families of the fallen, you feel the absence of your heroes every day in the family. These are great families. These are wonderful families. In the familiar laugh no longer heard, the empty space at Sunday dinner, or the want of a hug or a pat on the back that will never come again. Every Gold Star family fights a battle long after the victory is won, and today we lift you up and we hold you high. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving America the brightest light in your lives. It's what you've done. We will never, ever forget our fallen heroes, and we will never forget our debt to you.
Reverence with spine. No hashtag sympathy, just an ironclad promise. Now back to Washington, D.C., he swaps dress uniform for a hard hat. A DuPont steel deal pumping billions into U.S. mills while keeping control firmly on American soil. Here you go, watch.
Another question. You announced on Friday about U.S. Steel and DuPont Steel.
Yeah.
What will the ownership structure look like? What made you satisfied about that?
It'll be controlled by the United States. Otherwise, I wouldn't make the deal. I went to the unions, to all of the local unions. They all wanted it. And I'm doing it because all of the congressmen came in, about 5 of them, and the others, I understand, are in concurrence, and they asked that I do it. Everybody seems to want it, and we'll see. I mean, we'll see what the final is. But they're going to invest billions of dollars in steel, and it's a good company. Nissan's a very good company. We'll see. But it's an investment, and it's a partial ownership, but it'll be controlled by the USA.
Economic nationalism with a welding torch, exactly what the globalists fear. Now, the New Jersey tarmac, pressing a frenzy, Trump reveals that he slid the tariff deadline from June 1st to July 9th, just enough rope for foreign negotiators to tie their own compliance knot. Observe.
Commission President von der Leyen, did you discuss the 50% tariffs, and did you agree to release?
She just called me, as you know, and she asked for an extension on the June 1st date. And she said she wants to get down to serious negotiation because I told you specifically, but I told anybody that would listen, they have to do that. And we had a very nice call, and I agreed to move it. I believe June 9th would be, July 9th would be the date. That was the date she requested. Could we move it from June 1st to July 9th? And I agreed to do that. And that she said we will rapidly get together and see if we can work something out.
Calendar move, target on change, pure leverage. Same gaggle, different grenade. Trump torches Harvard for 31% foreign enrollment and rampant anti-Semitism, then demands a straight-up student list, accountability with teeth. Watch.
Look, part of the problem with Harvard is that there are about 31%, almost 31% of foreigners coming to Harvard. We give them billions of dollars, which is ridiculous. We do grants, which we're probably not going to be doing much grants anymore to Harvard. But they're 31%, but they refuse to tell us who the people are. We want to know who the people. Now, a lot of the foreign students we wouldn't have a problem with. I'm not going to have a problem with foreign students, but it shouldn't be 31%. It's too much because we have Americans that want to go there and to other places, and they can't go there because you have 31% foreign. Now, no foreign government contributes money to Harvard. We do. So why are they doing so many? Number one. Number two, we want a list of those foreign students, and we'll find out whether or not they're okay. Many will be okay, I assume. And I assume with Harvard, many will be bad. And then the other thing is they're very anti-Semitic. Everybody knows they're anti-Semitic, and that's got to stop immediately.
So if Harvard won't stand with America, America shouldn't bankroll Harvard, plain and simple. Now, still on the tarmac, Trump fires a verbal warning at Moscow. No mushy, deep concern, just a blunt condemnation of rocket attacks on civilians. Take a look.
Yeah, I'll give you an update. I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
That's deterrence. Draw the line, call the shot, back it with credibility. Now, while pundits clutch their pearls over pronouns, Donald Trump spent Memorial Day unleashing relentless stamina and ferocious America First vision, energizing cadets, honoring the fallen, reviving U.S. Steel, tightening tariff vice grips, hammering Ivy League freeloaders, and staring down tyrants, all capped by a no-holds-barred gaggle in Morristown. That's not a president in retreat. That's a wartime CEO on the march. If the establishment can't keep up, maybe they should trade their press passes for participation ribbons. Now, here's my question for you. Which moment from Trump's Memorial Day tour most demonstrates the leadership America needs? West Point's military refocus or the Harvard confrontation? Drop your answer in the comments below and grab your Next News gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.